Hello. So if you remember, last year I did a video where I was trying Filipino makeup from this brand called Issy, which is one of the top sellers up in the Philippines. And they actually saw that video. Joel, the founder of the brand, contacted me and was like, oh, thank you so much for making the video. Actually, one of the other staff who I met, Ian, hi Ian, brought over a care package with a bunch of their stuff, like a lot of their stuff. And again, all thanks to Set. So honestly, Issy, please get in touch with Set, send her a care package for me. So the main concept of the brand, the name actually stems from the word easy, Issy. They have like these like palettes that you can customize and create your own stuff in here. So I thought, why not make 4 separate curated sets for each season, like personal color season. If you've ever become interested in this brand, then you'll have a little guide for you. Because there is a lot of shit, to be honest. A lot of different eyeshadow stuff and lip stuff and all that. They even have these sorts of like sampler sets, which have, for each of these products, has all of the colors in there that you can try. I will put timestamps down below for each season so you don't have to watch the entire thing. Oh, and also, last time, Set accidentally got me the wrong foundation shade. He got me the lightest shade, right? But they saw that and they're like, here, we actually brought you your right shade. So I'm actually wearing number NL2. But they more recently released Active Skin Sticks, which is basically a stick version of the foundation. I think for the base makeup, you can kind of go with whatever your vibe is. For me, I'm more of like a liquid foundation girly, so I just went with the same liquid foundation and They also even have setting sprays, which apparently are bestseller, which kind of makes no sense for me to spray because I'm going to be doing my makeup 4 different times today. So since I am a summer, I thought, why not start with summer? So let's begin. Actually, before I show you that, can I show you something else that's very important that I asked or requested for? Liquid seasoning. Girl, this is my life and blood, I swear to God. Fried eggs, rice, and some of this, girl, you got yourself a meal. So I've done personal color on a few Filipino girlies. I do feel like a lot of Filipinos tend to fall into the like one of 2 categories. Obviously, I have not done personal color analysis on the entire population of the Philippines, but either look good in really muted tones or really deep dark tones, or even actually there's a lot of winters as well where they look good in color, but like more cool tone colors. And thank God Issy is giving us some of that cool tone makeup, because I feel like from what I've seen from a lot of Filipino makeup brands, a lot of them will get inspiration from K-beauty. So a lot of the colors in there will be very bright, warm colors, which again, makeup is makeup, whatever you want. But I feel like the Filipino girls really need to start getting some more cool tone makeup. So for the cool summer set, I put together this little eyeshadow palette with 1 highlighter in there. And then for the cheeks and lips, I put in this little set, this monochromatic color set. But for this cool summer set, I want to go with more like fresh, sparkly, juicy. I'm thinking like a strawberry champagne. I don't fucking know. Anyway, I actually made these sets a few weeks ago, so I don't remember the reasoning behind some of these. But what I'm thinking is that with this set, because it comes with a cream cheek blush, these monochromatic sets come like this. I was thinking you could take the shade Baby Girl and use that pretty much everywhere. Have you ever seen the trend on social media where they kind of put this everywhere? And I like that this is an actual proper cool tone pink, because I feel like a lot of pinks in not even just Filipino brands, but even like Western brands have almost like this bit of orangeness or peachiness to it. So it's more like a coral rather than a pink, but this is an actual pink tone. Thank God for that. And I like that this doesn't have an overly dewy finish, because we know in the Philippines it gets real humid, right? Hot and humid. So I don't know if I would want like a glowy cheek product or glowy all over product. And to be honest, I'm trying to be half-assed about this, because again, we're trying to go for the concept of easy makeup. This set does also come with a true matte lip bullet in the shade Muse, which is also pink, but it's more on the mute tone side. It's not as saturated. So you could also use this as well to kind of do the same thing. Now we can go with some eyeshadow. So you'll notice that in this little set that I made, there's not really any base shadow. I mean, you could use this on your eyelids, but I put this in there more for like little accents or little like pointe, because I figured the cream blush would be like the base color and you're basically decorating and adding accents using these, right? So shimmer, sparkle, there's a little eyeliner shade in there. I will put all the shades on the screen so I don't have to pull all these out again and read the names. But I'm gonna use this shade first. Also, you guys know, this is like one of my biggest pet peeves is when palettes open like this, but this shit opens all the way. And there's a mirror, so It's so much easier to just put your makeup on, girl. Anyway, I'm gonna take that shade and use this sort of in a cut creasy type of way. Now I will say, Issy has some of the best shimmer and glitter formulas, rivaling even Chinese makeup brands. So if you're looking for that shimmer glitter, Issy really, it's where it's at. Like I honestly feel like they make glitter and shimmer better than K-beauty brands. Although mind you, I will say, I feel like if a person that's only into K-beauty like saw something like this, they would be like overwhelmed by it. So I guess, you know, Korean shimmers and glitters are more natural in a way. This would be seen more as like a K-pop idol makeup glitter, but bro, this is daily for me. This is daily for me. So you can see how it really creates that pretty bright contrast against the blush shade that we use all over the eye. Oh, and then what I kind of want to do is probably going to be overkill with all the shimmer I'm using, but I do want to show you as many of these colors as I can. I'm going to use this sky blue shade and place this just right there for a flash of color. Almost going diagonally this way. My reason for that, I have no fucking idea. But I like it, so. I did put like this really cool, very, oh my God, you guys, I can't even find this type of eyeshadow shade in Western brands. The fact that Issy makes this really cool toned stone shade makes the perfect eyeliner shade for cool tones. If you're not really a fan of like, because they do have liquid pen liners, but I think for summers, it looks prettier when it's more like a soft line rather than like a sharp line. That's more of like a winter thing, right? I did include like a pencil product in this kit that I'm making, but it's a white pencil. They're gel pencil, which these are, girl, these do not come off, so. But for the eyeliner for this kit, I just opted for an eyeshadow. Oh my God. And even for the egg use, I'm actually just gonna use this highlighter that included here. I talk about this shit like I'm the one making this. Their highlighters as well are probably some of the best highlighters I've ever used. Oh my God. It gives you that pearly glassy shine. Oh. Holy. Oh my God. Do you see what I'm talking about? Oh my Lord. They actually have this really interesting product. This is the True Flex Gel Powder. And it's kind of, if you've ever seen the Mally Beauty gel sort of like powder thing, that it's not a powder, it's actually a gel that is mattifying. This is very similar, but I actually like this one a little bit more, because one thing I find about the Mally Beauty one is that I can't tell if it's product going onto the skin or it's just the sponge that you have to use with it is absorbing the oil from your face. I'm just gonna use this here. So this is great for if you'd like to set your makeup, but you find that most powders are like make you look crusty and dusty. And she does come with a powder puff, so it makes it very convenient to take with you. And it's really thin, right? I feel like a lot of powder compacts are so thick. Also, don't mind my eyebrow, I didn't do my eyebrows, but like I said earlier, in this kit, I put a white gel pencil in here because I thought it would be cute to have as like a little accent, kind of give you a little Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Rain On Me moment. I don't want to fuck this up. I'm trying to be all artistic with my makeup. There, that's all you're getting from me. No, the reason I chose the white one is because the rest of the gel pencils are all quite dark shades. They're all beautiful colors. And the formula is so creamy and freaking smooth. Again, with the cool summer makeup, I want to keep the feeling very light. She was a fairy vibes, I guess. So I chose the white one because I feel like it would, it could be a fun little thing you add, because the darkest thing in this little set that I made is the eyeshadow. This one for the eyeliner, that's what I want. I wanted to keep it at that because I want to keep that feeling of lightness and airiness. And I even put this little white eyeshadow in there. If you're a fan of Doyen makeup, you can use that to highlight the inner corner, your egg is high, or you can use it to set that white gel pencil and make it look even brighter. I also did include two more intense fun colors for just in case you wanna, you know. What the fuck is going on? Let's say you wanted to add like a pop of color here or something. Obviously, of course, you could also use this on your upper eyelid too, but there's the eyes. And of course, add mascara if you want. Again, going back to that little set, I'm gonna use the lipstick that comes in it. I'm just tapping this shade of Muse lipstick onto my lips. This is a really pigmented matte lipstick, so for me, I'd rather just tap it on to get a hint of color, almost like a tint on the lips, and then it comes with a gloss. This is in the shade Oh Wow. Oh. Now, if you're just using the gloss by itself, feel free to shove this shit all over your face. Not face, your lips. But because you put a lip color on first, like a matte lipstick, I like to use the gloss more of like a little bit of a highlight. Because the more gloss you put on top of your lipstick, the more it will just melt the lipstick and cause it to rub off or turn patchy. So I only like to use this in very specific areas, AKA the center. 너무 예뻐. It's crazy to me that you can get this quality. Like, I probably sound like I'm just sucking their dicks, but it's crazy to me that you can get this quality of product from a brand that charges as much as they do for their stuff. But this is my cool summer look. Should I be like a, I almost said 20, because when I had this image in my head of like 2015 beauty YouTubers that whenever they're showing product on screen, it's always, but I feel like they still do that on TikTok these days. Anyway, there's my summer makeup. Y'all see that? It's snowing. Perfect, because now I'm gonna show you my little winter kit for Miss Issy. I actually switched my hairband to a black one and I kind of filled in my eyebrows because winters tend to have stronger eyebrows. Now, this set also has a little palette that I made with some eyeshadows and actually a blush. But depending on whether you like to stay more on the natural side or you're more of like a strong, bold colors type of girly, I'm giving you two options for the lips. If you like the more bold option, this monochromatic color set in berry will be perfect for you. This is like the perfect, basically berry tones look great on winters, right? So this is why I chose this set. But if you want to be more, a little bit more on the low-key side, this lip tint duo in the berry set would be perfect for you. It has the Gelée lip tint in Club and the Freaky Mousse lip tint. I've said many times before, with winters, you want to emphasize more so the eyes and the mouth rather than the cheeks, because doing too much on the cheeks, you're gonna look, it'll look a little bit messy, or it will make you look kind of like a muddy almost. So you want to try to keep the skin as sort of like clean as you can if you're going for the full, cool winter look. Again, makeup, whatever, do whatever you want. Definitely black eyeliner. That's why I also included a black pen liner in this set. So I was thinking a sort of like sultry, smoky, taupey black eye with like bits of sparkle for, of course, winters look great in shimmer and glitter, so with a bit of sparkle here, and then a very, very low-key blush. I know I keep saying winters look better with like as little blush or pale blush as possible, but amongst the blushes that are available from Issy, this is like the most low-key, I guess, that's still cool toned. So I'm actually gonna start off with this sort of like taupey brown shade, which again, girl, they know how to make these cool tone shades. Because I've noticed watching a lot of, of course, I watch a few Filipino beauty YouTubers and, YouTubers in general. And I've noticed a lot of them will have like that more sort of like K-beauty inspired makeup, right? But a lot of colors will look so orange on them. That's the look they want, that's the look they want. But the fact that you can get something like this, a really cool toned shade, is great for if you're cool toned, but you find a lot of eyeshadows tend to look super orange on you. So this one I'm just putting a light wash. But do you see how, I barely put anything and it's already, that is, oh yeah. I put a black eyeshadow in here because to go in with like the straight up pen liner is a little bit scary for me. So I put the black shadow in there so you could use it as like a guideline. Or you could actually technically even use this shade as well to do the same thing. Did I actually do my eyeliner evenly this time? Oh my God, she's evolving. This is the Issy Precision Fluid Liner. They go on really smooth. Since I already have the guideline that I drew on with the eyeshadow, I'm just using this to kind of make it deeper, I guess. Starting with not the waterline, but the roots of the lashes. And also this is a brush liner, by the way. So it makes the eyeliner just ever so more clear and defined. Added two little shimmers in here. This type of shade, this first one, I use all the time on winters. It's like this white that has like a lavender shift to it, so that would look super beautiful. So this would be a great everyday look for a winter, just on the eyes. Mascara, you're done. If you want to take it a step further, you can take a shade like this, which I actually use a lot as highlighter on the nose and the cheeks for cool tones. Hold on, I heard that shimmer shows up better in low lights. Let me turn these off. Can you see it? Letting go? I don't know. But because I didn't put anything on the aegis-high, I thought this sort of shimmer, this really icy, sort of pale, very cool tone, silver, bluish glitter shimmer would look so pretty. As just like with this all matte look here, like let's say I didn't put this here, all matte and then just shimmer at the bottom. I'm a big fan of that type of look. So I almost like to think of it as like, let's say this taupe shadow and like the black liner represents like the dark black winter sky. And then you'll have the little shimmer here, almost like as like the little stars in the sky. Yeah, I think this without this shimmer here would look so pretty, but I did want to show you both. I do think I need to put some mascara for this though, to give you the full fantasy. If you decide to go with this set, this cream blushes in here would look so pretty underneath here and actually be giving like Espa vibes. But instead of that, I'm actually just gonna go in with this blush that I picked for this look underneath the eyes. This blush actually would look really pretty on soft summers or summers in general. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I'm kind of almost connecting it with my aegis-high. Oh. And then for the lips, I'm gonna go in with this lip tint duo. I'm gonna use the matte one first, the Freaky shade. Oh yeah, this is bright, bright. So definitely perfect if you are a bright winter. And then I'm gonna use the shade Club in the lip Gelée. Yeah, this tones it, it's a little bit more purple, so it tones it down a lot more, which I like. I'm gonna cheat and use something that's not an Issy product because this is what I tend to use for color. If I wear a lip color that I like, but it looks too much for my face, I use this as like almost like a lip liner, just to soften it a little bit. Like that. I'm hoping that via this video, if you're watching the whole thing, you get the idea of, because girl, I talk about personal color all the time, but it confuses a lot of people. But hopefully you get the vibe and feel for each makeup look and what each season represents in terms of makeup colors. This is my winter look. Oh, hold on. Gonna use a gel powder. I do personally believe winters look better in matte skin. And if you do have some glow, to keep it to just here on the cheeks. In the center, too much of that glow can look kind of distracting. Oh. So there is my little winter set. So with the two cool tone seasons out of the way, now it's time for my warm tone girls. There's spring and autumn. The main difference, spring is brighter, autumn is more deep and muted. Now when I think of spring makeup, I think of juicy, sort of obviously warm, almost like clean girl aesthetic makeup. But for the little kit that I made, I decided to go with two blushes that we should also use for your eyeshadow, a highlighter, obviously, because we want the skin to be glowing, and then two shimmers because we love shimmer. We love shimmer. So to start off my spring look, kind of like in the same fashion as my summer look, I'm kind of taking one of these blushes and kind of just putting it all over, to be honest. Again, you could do this with any of those cream cheek pot things. Oh, by the way, I'm using the large size palette. And I'm just tapping on this color because this is a really strong color and I'm already cool toned, so these sorts of colors are gonna look super orange on me, but this is a spring look, so I guess it makes sense, but I still wanted to go on smooth. I'm also putting some on my eyelids too. It's almost like an eyeshadow in a way. Sort of common characteristic for springs that they have a lot of pink in their skin. So because of that pinkiness to the skin, if you have deeper skin tone, it tends to lean more orange. So because of that undertone to the skin, you're able to handle these sorts of colors and it just looks right on you. If you try to wear cool tone makeup, it might look too like artificial or look too like 80s auntie. Or let's say oppositely, if you try warm tone makeup, but you use colors that are too deep and muted, which this is my autumn palette, colors like this would look too dull and like gray on you. So you need kind of colors like this to kind of give you that sort of like perky vibe. I do actually like to use colors like this sometimes to give me that sort of like cute, like lively boyish look, I guess. Also, a great thing is that if you kind of have dark circles, colors like this, if you kind of place the blush close to your dark circle, it gives it almost like a little bit of like a color correcting effect. So this is sort of like my base shade with the first color. Now I'm gonna use the second color, which is more of like this bright coral shade, and use that as a pop of color. Because we put that first shade first, this one should go on more smooth. If I use this by itself, it might be like too like in your face. Again, I love to use colors like this, sort of underneath here on the 애교살. Now, because we used a bunch of powder blush, it kind of mattifies the skin. So to add the glow back in, I'm going to use this highlighter that I put in here. Oh my God. Oh, holy moly. Oh. Issy, y'all gotta be kidding me. This is way out of my personal color zone, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And really, you can put this shit everywhere. I'm gonna put some on my nose too. Like I said, it gives you that almost like pearl sort of shine. I did put like a very typical sort of neutral champagne glittery eyeshadow shade in here because, I mean, who doesn't love that? Ooh, I mean. Ooh. But the other shimmer I put in here is actually kind of like in the winter kit that I made. This is almost like that, but it shifts green, which honestly, I have a personal vendetta against the color green, but for makeup, I think because it's more of like a duochrome where the green only shows up when you turn your head, I didn't mind it like that. Is it okay? I really don't know if you can see that. But it's like this flash. Oh, right there. Right there. You can see this flash of green that I think looks really freaking pretty. To be honest, I'm not being very creative with the way I'm putting my eyeshadows on today. I just want you to see like the color story. And then of course you can use this highlighter for your 애교살. You don't have to use all these colors obviously at the same time. I just wanted to show you the colors that I put together. As with the other sets, I did include a sort of separate sort of pencil pen product. And for this one, I included the liquid liner again, but this is the brown shade in warm brown. Again, you guys, please don't mind. I suck with liquid liner, so. You could actually replace one of these shimmers with just a regular matte brown eyeshadow. You can use that to do your eyeliner. We'll just pretend like I did that really well. Now, out of all the seasons, I do think spring looks the best in just like a full-on glossy, like tanguru lip. And when I was looking through these products, like if you're more of like a lipstick girly, then I think the Solar Balm Glow in the shade Bloom would look really pretty. Actually, let's try that right now. I think it is great actually that they sell these kits because sometimes, you know, there's a lot of shades and you don't know what to choose and maybe you're not there in person at the store to try them. So the fact that they sell these kits, you can try all the colors without committing to the full thing, right? So straight up just the balm looks like this. They actually give you a lot of product in here. And because these sorts of products, you don't need that much, a little bit goes a long way. Oh yeah, no, this is perfect. It's glowy, it's hydrating, and there's actually a lot of color to it, surprisingly. I thought because it was called a balm, that it would be more like a sheer little tint. But it's like a full-on lipstick. Now I am gonna cheat again and use my little lip pencil. Because again, if I have a lip color that I like, but it's clashing with my complexion, I use this to blend it out. Oh, that's the one. What's that shade called again? Bloom? Oh my God, y'all, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. This is so good. The other shade I was thinking is the Hydragloss in the shade Starfish, right here. These also come with like a little lip brush, so you don't have to have a separate one if you don't have one. And this one just straight up gloss inside of a little container. Oh my God. So I was gonna say with the lip balm, it's glossy and hydrating, but it doesn't really have like a blurring effect to your, like it doesn't really hide the wrinkles. So this gloss kind of helps with that. It kind of smooths out because I have a lot of wrinkles on my lips. And again, like I said, with the summer kit, since I already have the initial lip color first, I'm using the gloss to kind of just in the center as almost like a highlight point. But if you just buy the Hydragloss by itself, you can just slap that shit all over. That looks so yummy. That looks so yummy. Well, there's my spring look. If I ever go to the Philippines, I need to pick up the full size of these. This is so pretty. last but not least, this is my autumn set, which includes this beautiful palette that I put a bunch of eyeshadows. You got your mattes, shimmers, satins, and you have a little blush in there as well. This lip tint duo that has one of the lip gelées and a mousse lip tint, and this beautiful brown gel liner, which actually has a bit of like a purple reddish tone to it, so it's a little bit more, interesting. Now when it comes to autumn makeup is, again, just like spring, is a warm tone season, but when it comes to the makeup, because if you compare it to spring colors, you can see they're both warm, but the spring colors are just more like bright. The autumn colors are more like toned down, earthy, bricks, caramels, things like that. I wish Issy did have more of like those like burgundy, sort of like reddish brown shades, but we're working with what we have. The vibe I was going for this autumn palette was more like army, because I am a military kid, so that's why there's a little bit of a green in there as well. And if you look at a lot of autumns, a common characteristic for them is that they usually have really great skin, but they do have like a bit of discoloration around the mouth, pretty bad dark circles around the eyes. So you want to look for colors that warm up those areas. And the whole like, Ariana Grande bleaching her hair, because Ariana Grande is an autumn, but because she wore a lot of the pinks and like the bright blonde hair, which all of it is very much cool summer styling. So on her, it does make her look a little bit like drained of energy. So for autumns, you need these colors to bring back that energy, right? So as a base, I'm going to start out with this eyeshadow here, base color, which actually, like I said just now, because autumns tend to have that darkness around the eyes, this can kind of help brighten that and color correct that. And if you want to add more depth to that, you can actually use this color that I put in here. But instead of that, what I've been really into lately, and what I think, like I said before, what I think will be kind of trendy for this year is this sort of like satin shade. Oh, that's such a beautiful color. Because normally autumn's look good in like all matte makeup, but sometimes you want shine, right? And I feel like this is exactly the type of color that I would use for an autumn. If they want that shine, honey. Because you get that depth from the brown base, right? But because it has a bit of that shimmer, you get a bit of that highlight as well. So when you turn your head, it just looks more multi-dimensional. It is me, Edward Avila, so I can't just give you a full matte look without having shimmer in there. So I'm gonna add this. I give you several options. For this part, the center of my eye, I'm gonna use this one here. Oh yeah. And like I keep saying, a lot of us Filipino girlies have very muted skin tones. And so what I like about this palette, sort of Johap in particular, is that they're all muted tones. So you can get that like impact, like the shine and shimmer, but it's not too orangey. Actually, I'm gonna take the matte shade that I skipped out on earlier and use it to smoke out the bottom here. And also take that almost into this eyeliner here. And I had to put this beautiful gold shade in here. I am not a fan, to be honest, of like yellowy golds, but this type of warm gold shade, I can fuck with. In this one, I think I'm also gonna do it here, just like I did the winter look. Just I was like, you're crying, tears of gold. Again, you don't have to wear all these colors at the same time, but I just want to demonstrate. And while this whole tone-on-tone look is so beautiful, when I saw this green, I was like, I really like that color, even though I would never wear it on my daily makeup, because it's not like a lime green, it's more of like it's not like a forest green either. It's like this muted lizard green. I don't know. I think it'd be super pretty incorporated with the rest of these colors. Oh my God, that is beautiful. I think because I used this one first, it's kind of mixing with it, but I kind of like that. It makes it look less like a straight up in your face green and more just like a subtle whisper of a green in there. I'm wearing this headband because whenever I think of fluffy textures like this, I think autumn. I ordered a cute brown headband on Coupang earlier, but I don't have that for today. So now, like I said earlier, I did put a little pencil in there for you. I sound like a fucking Santa Claus. I included the pencil in Ninja, which is actually more of like a bit of a burgundy, but I love this sort of shade on like everyone. I have this K-Beauty gel pencil, which is in a very similar color, and I find that it works on like every look, whether it's cool or warm. So yes, you can go in with the brown in Diva. That would obviously make sense for this look, but I don't know, I feel like this is way more versatile. And I already have all this shit going on, so just like the liquid liners, you can just use this to if you did it like me where you drew your eyeliner on with the eyeshadow first, you can just use this to deepen the eyeliner part a little bit. Or what you could even do is just use this, because they smudge they're gel pencils, right? So they smudge super easily before they set. So you can use it all over your eye as like an eyeshadow base. They do have like a black and white eyeshadow primer, but I'm not using that for this look. But if you use this first all over your eye, smudge it right before it sets really quickly, and then put these eyeshadows on top, and they will look even more intense and more deep. But do you see this? That shit don't come off, girl. Right here, there's like no smudging. Holy moly. Obviously nobody's gonna be rubbing their eyes like that, so I think that goes to show you how strong these things are. As for blush, I'm always trying to look for colors like this, even in K-beauty, but this sort of like muted toffee sort of shade, girl, she was speaking to me the second I saw her. I will say here, I feel like autumns are the only season that look good in bronzer, to be honest. I feel like every other season it just looks muddy because of the skin tone. But with this, you can kind of use it as like a mix. You can do it like I'm doing now here under the eyes, very, you know, K-beauty, very trendy in K-beauty right now. Or what I like, if you happen to go with a deeper blush color, Yogi, out here on the outside. Having that sort of like haze of color, because usually when it comes to like these brown blushes, a lot of them are deeper usually, and I feel like those look better on the outside part of the cheek, because if it's too much here, it could look a little bit muddy, which, you know, if you're going for like a nerdy look, you know, when K-pop idols do nerdy makeup, it's always like brown or red blush here. But the typical sort of spot that I like to put these types of colors is here on the outer cheek. You guys, I forgot to mention, I also included a little contour shade, contour slash bronzer shade in there, because for autumns, shading is very important. Not important, but you know what I mean. For this color, you would just basically choose the color that would suit your skin tone the best, like that. And then last but not least, the lips. Girl, I've gone through so many freaking wet wipes this video. For the lips, like I said earlier, we're going with this lip tint duo, which, girl, I saw this, I was like, this has to be part of this set. In my first video trying out Issy, I used the shade Pink, and it's a beautiful muted shade that if you're a soft autumn, perfect for you. So I'm actually gonna try out the Mousse lip tint in Fixation, because it's a straight up like brown shade. So obviously perfect for this look. Oh my, muted brown that has a slight touch of pink in it, so it doesn't look like straight up like poop on your lips, right? Again, cheating, I'm using my little lip liner. This is from Daiso, it's from Tag. It's actually a contour stick, but it's in the shade Nude Rosy. It's a perfect shade for lifting up any grayness in your lips, and like, because it's kind of similar to my skin tone, I can use it to blend out the edge of my lip color so it doesn't look so like in your face. Oh, that is so freaking pretty. Last but absolutely not least, there's my autumn look. Oh my God, y'all, that was a journey. I had so much fun setting this whole thing up. And I can finally, because these have been sitting in like these little plastic boxes for me to film, and now I can finally release them and organize them into my collection. But thank you again to Issy for all these products, and I hope this helped you not only for if you decide to shop at Issy, and hopefully they bring this to global, hopefully it helped you kind of imagine color combinations for when you do your own makeup. Again, makeup is makeup, you do whatever you want with it, choose whatever you want to wear a warm eye with a cool lip, do it. But when it comes to like personal color and stuff, I hope it helped you in that aspect when you're trying to find the colors that you like and enjoy and feel great in. I'll put the names of all the products in each set that I made in the description box below, so just in case if you get confused and need reference again. But I'll see you around and hope you had a good day. Night, morning, whatever. Bye.